So I'm gonna describe how I became a Quizilla writer and how that has impacted my life to this very day. I had won a computer at my elementary school due to, I think, like best improvement or like student attendance, something like that, where my name was put in this raffle and I was one of the lucky students who won a computer. We got the internet, and as any good student would, I was like, let me see what I could do on the internet. I must have been 11 when I discovered Quizilla. I don't know what I don't know what it was that day, but I decided that I wanted just to print out pretty pictures, or I just wanted to save. I think I just wanted to look for like pretty pictures for the desktop because I was like I want to change it, and I somehow had stumbled upon anime desktops at that time, and I'm like, oh my god, these are so beautiful. Like, what is this? Like, this is gorgeous. Like, I need to save all of these. So I was just like clicking, tapping on things, saving them, looking for like the best like um, desktop pictures. And then I clicked on one. I think it was like an Inuyasha. And yeah, I think it was Shishomaru. It was like Shishomaru with a beautiful like cherry blossom background. I clicked on it and I'm like, oh, this is pretty. And so I clicked on it and it took me to Quizilla and I'm like, what is this? Like, what insanity is this? And the little mouse had changed into another image and there was like sakura petals like running down, like just running down the whole entire page. I'm like, oh my god, what is this? And then music started playing. I'm like, oh my god, like what is this? What is this? I was like so entranced that you could do so much with the internet at that point. And I'm like, what is this? And the website's at Quizilla. So by the name Quizilla, I was pretty much known for like the quizzes that were pretty much fan generated. So you could create an account and create these quizzes. It was like pretty much the prototype of BuzzFeed quizzes where there will be like, what character are you truly from, like Little Women, like, and there will be, a lot of them were like, oh, who's your Yu-Gi-Oh boyfriend? Who's like your oh my god, I remember seven what was it 7 minutes in heaven. What character will you get in 7 minutes in heaven? And the questions were so obvious. They'll be like, what's your favorite color? It will be like orange, believe it, green, whatever, whoever, what green was associated with Naruto. Or it'll be like blue or like black, like my soul, and you'll know like what characters you were getting. I think there was one where it's like red, like the blood of my enemies. I'm like, what the hell? The writing wasn't Most of the writing that you found there wasn't the best. But you could tell like all of these people that were creating these quizzes, that were creating these stories, really, really loved writing and really loved like the world that um so you had like like this was like role playing maybe in the way where like you were given a character sheet and you're like, this is who you are, invest yourself into this character, and you could tell like how much information, how much love that these writers had for these OCs, these readers that they had in mind. I'm gonna say this: Quizella was a burning trash can, and I love it so much because there is no correct way to write a story, and I think that's why I wrote so much on Quizilla, because there was no standard, but so many writers on there wanted to write like the best story. Like you could tell how much detail, how much like the length that they went to creating like this immersive world that they had in their mind. And these were long stories. Like some of them went up to like 80 chapters. And I'm pretty sure all of them were like maybe underage. Like we were all writing this. And the fascinating thing more than anything about Quizilla is that um, because this website was made for like 13-year-olds, like the website had to like crack down on like not safe for work content. So what amuses me more than anything else is that these writers found a way around it. Like they found loopholes, and instead of saying like, "Oh, this is where it's gonna be sexy time," they were like, "This is lemons now," or "This is like a lime. This is mud. This is lime now." And I loved how teens found a way to like just like go against it, and I just love it. I just love it so much. I love that so much. Because I remember like coming across this content by accident because I didn't know what lemons were. I was there already when I stumbled upon the website. So I don't know. I wasn't there when the issue of not safe for work content was becoming an issue to the website owners or developers, but it was an issue that the user base had to overcome. And however they started this, or whoever started this, but they used the term lemons to refer to sexy time and lime. So I was on Quizilla for like maybe a few weeks already into this website, taking all these Naruto like musical bands, movies, quizzes. There was one chapter that just said like shopping for lemons, something like that, or shopping. It either said shopping and then it had lemons in like parentheses. And I didn't think of anything, so I think I just clicked on it because I'm like, oh, this is just, we're gonna go shopping, they're gonna go grocery shopping, and I clicked on it. So, it was through fanfiction where I really did learn most of my sex ed. What I loved about Quizilla, and what I do love about fanfiction, about fan writings, is that they don't have to go in this traditional writing style or format more than anything else. I remember, for me, what differentiates quote unquote professional writing and fan fiction writing is that fan fiction has no format, that you could go in this non-linear slice of life. Story writing where like plot isn't the most important thing, but going on this journey with these characters is the most important thing. This is why I refer to 50 Shades more as a fan fiction than anything else, because you could tell like the plot was not the main element. Like there was no importance on developing a plot. That's why 50 Shades to me reads more as a fan fiction than actual Twilight, where there's a plot, but it's very slow, but there is a plot. Fun with it. Because I think when you're doing professional quote unquote writing, you're trying to make sure that you put certain elements of detail into the story where you don't overwhelm the reader, or that are like important to the plot more than anything else. But with fan fiction, you could write as much detail as you want, whether it's relevant or not relevant to the plot, which is, I think, also a good thing. Because I think that's where I got most of my sex ed talk, education. Because I remember there was a Yu Yu Hakusho story too again, where I had never come across a book or any reading, maybe because I just wasn't cultured as a 11-year-old child, where I wasn't 11. I was 12, I think, at this point. I think I was 12 at this point. Where I came across this one story, this Yu Yu Hakusho story, where the reader is having a discussion with Keiko, and they just decided to talk about periods. I think because the reader was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna go to the training grounds today," and then Keiko was like, "Oh, why not?" And then the reader was like, "Oh, because I'm on my period. This is like the second day. This is like my heaviest day." And then Keiko's like, "Oh yeah, you too." And then they started discussing periods, and I had never read a story, or not story, a book before that just talked about periods, like nonchalant, and really, really love that story because I still remember that scene. Or anything else, that I just felt validated that I wasn't the only one going through this thing, and that there was other people going through it, and that it was nice. It was nice overall. I don't know, that scene just really, really stayed with me so long because it just validated like issues I was going through at that time that I think nobody else was willing to discuss with me. I think this is why I'm fiercely protective of fan fiction, because anytime anybody tries like fucking talk down on it, I'm like, why, bro? Like, they're not hurting anybody. Like, they'll tell you very early on in the start any trigger warnings, like anything that's gonna go on. I will tell you like it's not safe for work, so in case you don't want to go through that, you don't have to go through that. Or maybe it's something that you're looking for and you'll find it. And I will still protect it because it's fan fiction has been there for me, and you were able to find stories that like intrigued you, that spoke to you, because there were so many writers, and all of them had different points of view, all of them had different personalities, all of them saw this one same story, same like anime, and different perspectives that just you knew that there was at least something for you, there was at least something for everybody. And that's why I love that people were willing to share their own perspectives, their own journeys, their own stories with the whole entire world. And that they were able to create this beautiful community. And I'm just so happy. So, I started writing Yu Yu Hakusho story very early on. But I didn't I got stumped. Like, I got stumped very early on because I don't think I knew what I was doing. So I deleted it. And then I think I started trying to write a Inuyasha story for whatever goddamn reason. But I deleted it too because I got stumped again. Like, if I got stumped, I would like, nope. In the trash can you go. And then at this point, I had made a friend. I had so much issues making friends. I still have issues making friends, but I had made a friend, so I forced them. I forced them into fan fiction. I forced them into Yu Yu Hakusho, and I felt so horrible for them because I don't think they knew what they were getting themselves into, and they're still into the fandom world today. So we both decided to go on this endeavor of writing a Yu Yu Hakusho story with no goddamn plot in mind. We went for it, and then I got stumped again, and then we never wrote for it ever again. At that time, we were in junior high, and I got into the Naruto fandom because of, I think, YouTube clips. I saw some YouTube clips, and I'm like, oh my god, this is cool. So I'm gonna write for it now. And then I met this other friend in junior high. I saw her read Naruto. I'm like, I'm gonna jump for this one. And we've been friends ever since. And then I did the very tragic thing again, where 13-year-old me now was like, hey, I read Naruto fanfiction and I write Naruto fanfiction. You wanna make a Quizilla account? And then she was like, okay. And then I feel bad because I think she got scarred by Quizilla. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But they both know about fanfiction because of me. I force people into the fanfiction. Like, I make a friend. I'm like, you want to go into the fanfiction world? Oh my god. Like, anytime they were hanging out with me, I would just be like, okay, we're gonna have to work at this story. You have no choice. If you're gonna hang out with me, we have to just write and develop these characters. And I feel so bad. I feel so bad. So that's what I did, and they're still my friends. So I'm so sorry. And then Quizilla closed in 2014, which was a sad day because I lost everything. I am trying to get back into writing stories because I do miss it. I miss it more than anything else. The issue now that I have is that my story writing is too formal. It's too academic, and I don't like that. And I am currently working on that goddamn My Hero Academia fucking story, and I hate myself. It was the worst fucking decision I have made. So initially I was like, I'm not gonna like any of these characters. Like, they're all, I saw the main like lineup of the characters, and they're all like high schoolers. I'm like, well, I'm like, so I'm not gonna. I'm like, this is fine. I'm not gonna fall in love with any of these characters. And the first moment I see fucking, oh my god, the first moment I see, the first moment I see, and the first moment I see Skinny All Might, I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gone. This is what is wrong with me? Like, what? Why? Why? Oh my god, why? And I had seen this character, by the way, I've seen this character like I had seen this character in the past because of my friend. Like, she'll show me things, or I would see things on Instagram or like cosplays and things like that. But apparently, the moment that character opened their mouth and just started talking, I'm like, this is it. This is the this is the this is the character. This is the DILF I wanted. Here we are. And I'm gonna blame All Might too, because I'm blaming him, because the fucking moment I saw the Mandalorian, I was like, that's another that figure I want in my life. And ever since All Might, I just been after dads. And I worry for myself now. I don't know what to do with my life anymore. So here we are, you guys. Fanfiction still having a huge control of my life.